Alright, welcome back to this extra special edition. I blew it on the first track guide, so a little bit of touching up here with the setup and a little bit of touching up with the track guide. I'll run through it real quick. And the setup as well. I will also post the new setup on the iRacing forum if you want to check it out. So basically, I will just go through what has changed. I was really overdriving it, and I was having everything set up away from my usual setup, and ran into a lot of trouble and not going very quickly. So brake bias 58%. Yes, you can go a lot lower, but the problem is that leaves the back end very light, and it also loads up the front end quite a bit. And with that front end loaded up, those curbs are very deadly. With the brake bias increased, there's less weight put onto the front, and you can go over the curbs much easier and do a lot more corner cutting. So watch out for that. If your brake bias is normally quite low, you may want to increase it just to allow you to get over those curbs a little easier. Cambers have changed up. 1.3 on the left, 1.2 on the right. Go with the 1.3 if you want to keep them symmetrical. Basically, there are some slight off-camber corners here. Having more tire on the track is also just making braking more efficient and actually giving you more grip, I found, than having the cambers turned up. Toe in is the same. In the rear, the camber again is changed. -1 on each side. Again, a lot of off-camber corners. You're coming over the curbs, and having the high camber really puts less tire on the track, and so having a lower camber gives you more grip. Toe in is also bumped up, I believe, just to 0.4 from 0.3, I think it was. Again, just to get a little bit more heat in the tire, and also to get you going around the corners a little bit better. The other difference is ARB is 20. Yes, 15 is alright, but 20 really gets you around the corners much faster, especially the high speed corners, and it does make a difference. So those are the changes to the setup. Again, I will post that in the iRacing forum. And we'll get to it on track here. So coming into turn 1, I will just quickly go through some of the changes here and then run it out at full speed. Looking at the what is it, number 5 here, Coca-Cola board. So braking earlier than what was in the last version. Braking hard, getting down into third. And then the big difference here is, yes, with these setup changes and such, you can get over these bumpy bits, and you have to get over those bumpy bits. Cut that corner makes a huge difference in lap time, and then picking up the throttle very early, running it out to the side here. So the next big change is coming into this one, braking deeper into this corner. In real time, it looks like I'm braking more closer to the edge or where the bend in the track is. But yeah, braking a little later. Braking too early here really compromises you on entry into the corner here. Yeah, so just braking a little bit later into this one. And I better mention these curbs here on exits used to be quite deadly. They are not so deadly, so don't be afraid to get onto those. They aren't really all that bad, especially with the ride height and the tires having a lower camber. Next one here, braking later than before as well. Braking into this grass section, not before it, braking into this grass section, and just a little lighter on the brakes. Again, with the lower cambers, you can carry more speed here as well. So, yeah, getting onto that, and again, getting right up close. I could have been even closer to these curbs. Again, not too disruptive with the new setup. next one, coming into this one, braking again between the 100 board and the light pole. You don't want to be braking too late here, as again it does load up the front end and makes the curbs a little bit more punishing. So braking very hard, getting off the brakes, picking up the throttle before you get even to the curbs here, and again just wanting to graze these ones on the left and just wanting to graze these ones on the right. This section not a whole lot different, but just a little bit different braking marker. And I found actually mid-track is quicker. This lap I didn't go mid-track, but mid-track is actually faster. Not keeping it tight to the left, but going mid-track, going far out to the right just extends the track. Not a big difference in time, but a little bit. And again, braking about the same spot at the start of the red and white curbs here, getting hard on the brakes. You have to brake early and get the car slowed down and get off the brakes, and that is really the important part, is getting the weight transferred back to the front or back to the rear so you can get onto these ones just a bit. You don't want to get too aggressive onto these, but get your right hand tire onto them, cut that corner as much as you can, a little bit of throttle, and again getting very aggressive on these, getting over top of those, having the wheel turned well early to open this next one up, and then quickly turning back to the right, getting over top of these white curbs as well. Again, not too disruptive, just make sure you're not stomping on the throttle. That will give you a little bit of a spin. And yeah, same as before, braking just before the 100 board. Down into first, again, same thing. Very important to get onto the curbs here. This really allows you to carry more speed and get the car turned faster and getting on the throttle faster. And coming into this next one, again, braking between the 100 board and the light standard, so not braking as deep, but braking very hard, and this again getting off the brakes and getting the load back to the rear, getting the front end a little lighter so it can go over these curbs. And again, very late turn in, and you can just clip these white ones just a little bit. Watch the throttle, you don't want to be stomping on it. Picking up the throttle nice and early, and again getting aggressive over these white curbs on the second part of the chicane, cutting that corner quite a bit, and then running the car out wide to the grasscrete, and that is a much faster lap. So hopefully that will help you out. I found the setup made a big difference, so I really suggest you give it a try. Yeah, so that's a 138.2, so that's I think that's about 4.5 tenths faster than before, and I'm really getting consistently into those 38.2s, and now the optimum is a 37, so much faster. Appreciate the support. Yeah, so good luck out there. We'll see you next time.